What's that paragraph called?
Flashback.
Yeah, and what else?
Imagery.
What?
Imagery.
Okay. Imagery.
Aphorism.
Yeah. What's it doing? For Henry, what is it doing? As well as us. What's it called?
Relief.
Yep, it's a relief. Why does it need a relief?
Because he's in pain.
What does a relief do for you when you're in pain? What is this
Mind
called?
off the pain.
Exactly, what's that called?
Relief.
Relief. Distraction.
Distraction, thank you. It's a distraction. It takes his mind off of worrying about what's happened. It's amazing that this is in here like this, because most guys who get wounded start thinking about home. They want to go home. And if home's a good place, you know, that's what you think. It's just like, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I got shot was coming home, Mom, I'm coming home. Now, the first time I told that to a counselor when I was in a program for soldiers who had suffered from severe post-traumatic stress disorder, I was talking to a counselor and I told him about the incident when I got shot and what happened, and he said, "Oh, you thought you were dying?" And I looked at him like, "What? No. I knew I was going home." However, I had no idea how badly I was wounded. I just thought I thought, this is my ticket out. That's it. My ticket to ride home. So my guess is that is something that we have within us, that in order to deal with the ominous circumstances around us and the sense of our own impending possible death, or at least finitude, the fact that we are just finite human beings and crushed by war at that point, one wants to go home. You know, have you ever heard about dogs who get wounded or hurt and they drag themselves all the way home and die under the porch? You ever heard those stories from up old? Yeah, it's kind of like that. You want to go where it's safe. You want to go where somebody will care for you and nurture you. All right, keep reading, please.
He was overcome presently by a dragging weariness. His head hung forward and his shoulders were stooped as if he were bearing a great bundle. His feet shuffled along the ground. He held continuous arguments as to whether he should lie down and sleep at some near spot or force himself on until he reached a certain haven. He often tried to dismiss the question, but his body persisted in rebellion and his senses nagged at him like pampered babies.
Why would you not want to lay down?
Guess he got back up.
What happens when you get a concussion?
Austin, you keep going on the slip and slide.
What is the
Or you just
fear?
walk around.
What is the fear?
As you go to sleep, you won't wake up.
Yeah, that you have some sort of seizure, and if you're not being attended to, you can die. So yeah, he's fighting within himself a smart fight. Don't lay down. There's nobody here to care for me. Nobody will know I'm here. Nobody will know what's going on. And if in fact I have a concussion, like he said, fingers in his brain, if in fact there's something inside, this is a contusion, but if there's a concussion inside and there's bleeding on his brain, then if he lays down, he won't get up, chances are. And people will take him for dead, so they just pass right by him anyway. All right.
At last he heard a cheery voice near his shoulder.
You seem to be in a pretty bad way, boy.
The youth did not look up, but he assented with thick tongue.
Hmm.
The owner of the cheery voice took him firmly by the arm.
Well,
He said with a round laugh,
I'm going your way. The whole gang is going your way, and I guess it can give you a lift.
They began to walk like a drunken man and his friend. As they went along, the man questioned the youth and assisted him with the replies like one manipulating the mind of a child. Sometimes he interjected anecdotes.
What regiment do you belong to? Eh? What's that? The 304th in York? Well, why, what corps is that in?
Or,
Oh, what corps is that in? Oh, it is? Well, I thought they were engaged today. They were way over the center. Oh, they was, eh? Oh, still going.
this is a long one.
Well, pretty nearly every pot.
Pretty nearly everybody got there fighting today.
Their share of fighting today. By that, I gave myself up for dead any number of times. They were shooting here and a shooting there and a hollering here and a hollering there in the damn darkness until I couldn't tell to save them soul. Uh-huh. There you go. Which side I was on. Sometimes I thought I was sure enough from
Higher.
higher. Oh, okay. And other times I could have swore I was from the bitter end of Florida. It was the most mixed up darn thing I'd ever seen. And these here whole woods is a regular mess. It'll be a miracle if we find our regiments tonight. Pretty soon though we'll meet a plenty of guards, ain't provost guards.
Provost.
Provost guards. And one thing and another, there hey go.
Try that again. One thing or another. Ho!
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
with an officer.
There they go with an officer, I guess. Look at his handed dragon. He's got all the war he wants, I bet. He won't be talking so big about his reputation and all when they go to sawing off his leg. Poor feller. My brother's got whiskers just like that. How'd you get way over here anyhow? Your regiment is a long way from here, ain't it? Well, I guess we can't find it. Yeah, okay.
We can.
Oh, I guess we can find it. You know where... You know... I don't like this anymore. You know there was a boy killed in my company today that I thought the world of. All of. Yeah. Jack was a nice feller.
Sorry guys, I put the wrong name in the in the questions.
Yeah.
Some of you got that. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
By Jim.
By Ginger, it hurt like thunder to see old Jack just get knocked flat. We was a standing pretty peaceable for a spell, though there was men running everywhere all around us, and while we was a standing like that, long come a big fat feller. Why do they keep talking about big fat fellers in this story? He began to peck. You ready?
Yeah.
You catching up? Go, boy.
What? Okay. He began to peck at Jack's elbow and he says, "Say, where's the road to the river?" To river. Okay. Gotta pronounce it right.
To the
Tis.
river.
No, it's not to the. It's to.
No.
Yeah.
To
it says
the.
It's to the.
There's no vowels.
To the.
To the.
To the.
To the river.
To the.
Oh.
Okay. Well, now that we just argued over that.
You don't know where you are.
And Jack.
And Jack, he never paid no attention, and the feller kept on a pecking at his elbow and saying, "Say, where's the road to the river?" Jack was looking ahead all the time, trying to see the Johnnies coming through the woods.
Trying to see the Johnnies. To see the.
And he never paid no attention to this big fat feller for a long time. But at last he turned around and he says, "Go to hell and find the road to the river." And just then, a shot slapped him bang on the side of the head. He was a sergeant too. And them was his last words. Thunder, I wish we was sure of finding our regiments tonight. It's gonna be a long hunting, but I guess we can do it.
In the search which followed, the man of the cheery voice seemed to the youth to possess a wand of a magic kind. He threaded the mazes of the tangled forest with a strange fortune. In encounters with guards and patrols, he displayed the keenness of a detective and the valor of a gamin. Obstacles fell before him, and became of assistance. The youth, with his chin still on his breast, stood woodenly by while his companion beat ways and means out of sullen things. The forest seemed a vast hive of men buzzing about in frantic circles, but the cheery man conducted the youth without mistakes, until at last he began to chuckle with glee and self-satisfaction.
Ah, there you are. See that fire?
The youth nodded stupidly.
Well, there's where your regiment is. And now goodbye, old boy. Good luck to you.
A warm and strong hand clasped the youth's languid fingers for an instant, and then he heard a cheerful and audacious whistling as the man strode away. As he who had so befriended him was thus passing out of his life, it suddenly occurred to the youth that he had not once seen his face.
Okay, so I asked the question. You still got a minute or two.
No, we actually are 2 minutes past.
Seriously?
Yeah, we get off at 35.
Okay, who was that guy? What was
old,
that guy?
It was old Charlie Brown himself.
No? What was that guy?
Friend.
Huh?
He became a friend.
Think of that discussion tomorrow. Think about it. What was that guy?
He was the weird friendly guy that got shot a lot and somehow never died.
Vocab 9 and 10 tomorrow.
Okay, 9 and 10 tomorrow.
We might because